May lying? No. Okay, welcome to today's live video. I'm also going to be sharing this to my YouTube channel, Learning and Lore. It's been a while since I've posted on there, but I have a lot of our homeschooling videos from past years and things that I've shared on there. So if you're a new homeschooler, if you're curious about what we've been doing, go ahead and check it out. So I have a new puppy named Darla. Let me introduce her on this video. She is a big ball of energy. She was outside right now with us. We just had lunch. We also had 20 minutes of sun, which is part of our routine. And right now she's kind of going a little crazy. Oh my God, no, don't end the live video for me. I might have to put her in her crate because she's hearing me talk and she's getting excited. Okay, come on, we're going to the crate. So let me just put her away for a minute. Come here. Stay here. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. So this is real life here happening. So if it's your first time seeing me, I'm Stephanie. This is Learning and Lore. I'm a homeschooling mom of 2 in New Jersey, and we're starting our 8th year. Can you even believe it? It feels like yesterday that we started homeschooling. So we're still using Build Your Library, level 7. My son is going into 7th-ish. He's in different levels for different subjects and things, plus or minus. And then my daughter, she's in 6th. So she's joining him for Build Your Library 7. But all the things that we're going over today is our morning work. The things that we're using when we first finish breakfast at 9 a.m. sharp. These are the things that we do. And a lot of these things they can do independently. And I'm really pushing them towards working independently from now on, wherever they can, because their reading skills are getting so much stronger, and they're also showing that desire and that predisposition of wanting to do things on their own. So I'm so excited that they get to do that. So they do a lot of things on their own, and then there's other things that are semi-independent, so that they still need my help with, that they need me to join in. But then in that case, they'll usually call me from the kitchen. Usually during that time, I'm cleaning up after breakfast, and they'll call me over, and then we'll do those things together. So the first thing that they love to do is Cursive. So this is the book that my daughter is working out of. This series by Scholastic has 3. One of them is a little bit younger. The one right before this was a lot of fun. It was jokes. And if you saw my video going over what we did for 5th and 6th, last year, you saw that first book. So I'm going to link it somewhere, either at the top or bottom or in a tab if you're watching on YouTube, so you can see what that video looks like. And I really like this one because it's facts. So it's moving out of jokes and now towards facts. And she's been working out of this book for a while now. Let's see, when did she start this? She started this in the beginning of September. And now she is here. So for instance, to show you what it looks like, it's nice. It has a few of the words that she has some practice for, and then she has a sentence that she copies, and then it has a little tidbit or an extra wacky fact, which they really like. And so my son has finished this already, and now he's doing inspiring quotes, cursive writing practice by Scholastic as well. And now these are nice because these are a little bit more grown up. We're moving more towards being grown up, more grown up handwriting, but it's still pretty simple and it's not too overbearing. He does have some dysgraphia in the mix, so he does like cursive, and that also helps with his motor skills, with muscle tone. And he also likes the motivational quotes. He kind of gets that from me, and so does my daughter. So this one's about effort and determination, and it's I am a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. So this is Thomas Jefferson, and he's going to be doing this one tomorrow. So he started this also, I want to say, the same time as Mia in September. And once he finishes with this, I'm going to find another book that has more quotes. Or Draw Right Now also has a set of more smaller print, bigger chunks of text in cursive, and he really enjoyed, both of them enjoyed those younger books when they were in the younger levels a few years back. So I might do those books next. And they also have themes when it comes to history and all those things. But right now he's really enjoying the quotes, so I might try to find something that's quotes, and then if I can't find anything, then I'll do Draw Right Now, because they do like art, and Draw Right Now does incorporate that. So you always want to try to find something that your kids like, right? Try to find something that marries both the things together. So the next one is Soaring with Spelling, and I just ordered level 4, and we started this not by grade level, but by when we found it. So we had another curriculum that we were using for a few years, and it didn't really work out. So I've stuck with Soaring with Spelling. It's worked really well. It has a lot of practice. It's sort of a spiral approach. There's a lot of practice in different formats and different ways for 5 days, and it has a pre-test, and it also has a post-test. And what my kids like, especially if you have a learner who's more on the gifted side or a more fast learner, which my son tends to be when it comes to spelling and certain subjects, he loves the fact that he can take the pre-test, and if he gets 100, then I waive the final test, and he doesn't have to take the final test. Now, he does do the activities. You could technically waive all of the activities, but I like to still show some repetition and over teach the words a little bit, just to make sure that he knows them. So we still do the exercises, but he gets to opt out of the test. And then late this year, so around June, I came across the website Time for Learning. We haven't done a lot of online stuff really when it comes to homeschooling, but I really did like Time for Learning for math facts and the games that they have for that. And then I also liked their spelling list. So I copied their spelling list, and then whenever he does, so this is Mia's book. So whenever they do a lesson, they also do the Time for Learning words. And I take out, 4 words out of that really long list. So we're still working through level 5, and they're going to be done with this level soon. So then we'll move into the 6th grade and 7th grade word list for that. So I've been adding that in addition to this, and it's been working great. So that is what we've been doing for spelling. Next, we have, my daughter had this maze book. So I bought this book for my son who like I said has dysgraphia, and this is a tracing patterns, lines, visual motor integration activities book, and it's for children that have dyslexia or dysgraphia or just need more practice when it comes to eye tracking. So even if you have eye tracking in the mix, this book is really great for it, and it's really simple. The first exercises are like this, and they're tracing it. So they have to look at it and then trace it just as they see it, and it helps with tracking. It helps with muscle memory development, and he's like this so far, and then it moves on to images like this. So he's been working out of this. He does 1 side a day, and because my daughter was interested in that too, I might get her the book too, because she does have dyslexia. It might help with the eye tracking and so forth, but because she wanted some practice too when it comes to tracking, I found this book that we didn't actually finish. And since we're doing a world study this year, countries and cultures in Build Your Library 7, I just brought it out, and when he does that, she does this. So it has, for instance, a landmark and where it's from. So this is Turkey, this is the Blue Mosque, and she really enjoys doing this. And it's just a refresher too. She did a lot of mazes that really helped with her dyslexia when she was younger. Then once she got to a good place where she was doing really well with the mazes, I kind of stopped doing the mazes, but now she's like, Mom, I'm so rusty with the mazes. I really like these mazes. Let's keep doing them. So I'll probably integrate a little bit more of that. And then any mazes that she doesn't do well in, my son is a master at mazes, so he'll come in and help her. So, but he hasn't shown an interest in doing any mazes. So we're just doing I don't want to call it remedial, but the practice, the visual perception and tracking practice that's supposed to help with dysgraphia. So if you have a child that has dysgraphia, if you found any resources that you've liked, drop them down below, because I would love to hear about it. I'm always on the lookout and trying to find different things that can really help, because the resources and books and the practice workbooks aren't as plentiful as it is for children that have dyslexia. I feel like there's so much more available for kids that have dyslexia versus dysgraphia and these writing things that I feel like right now are getting more attention than in years past. So after that, they do art, and art is great for handwriting. Art is great for creativity, obviously, but it's also great for handwriting. So, but my kids aren't at the point where, my daughter more so, but my son, he's not at the point where he wants to do elaborate art. He does like to sketch, and he does like having that direct instruction and learning how to draw things. Again, because it's related to the dysgraphia. Now, my daughter, she's more into the shading, more into creating her own eyes, adding more detail, and she'll usually get ideas from YouTube or from other books that we have that are a little bit more advanced. And then she'll integrate what she sees from other books, from YouTube, from TV, from her own imagination, and she'll make these art assignments her own. So the book that I found that really my son has really been enjoying is the drawing book for kids, 365 Daily Things to Draw Step by Step. Now, I had purchased a manga book for my daughter because she was interested in manga, and it was pretty advanced. She tried it out for a few days, and then she just didn't like it. She didn't stick with it, and then she started copying things from this book instead. So I asked her if she wanted something else. She said that she might. So I'll probably have her look with me and have her choose the next book together. I kind of came across the manga book and just chose it, but the next one I'm going to probably involve her a little more. So as you can see, the pictures are really simple. It has 3 or 4 per page, and there isn't a step written. It's all visual. It's all visual. So if you have a child that has dyslexia, that can't really read that well, that you're like, you don't want them reading steps and having to do one more reading thing on top of everything else that they're doing throughout the day, this is a great book because they're literally just following the prompts. They're adding into it. And what my daughter loves to do to make it a little bit more advanced, she'll add in more detail at the end. So you can ask the child, so what else would you add to this squirrel, for instance? So it could be a bow, it could be a jacket, it could be a purse, any other detail, and then leaving it open-ended for them to fill in. So they really like this. And then I got these art books at Five Below. They're so modern and trendy, and it has this really neat elastic. So if you want to take these out to a park, you can. And we started this back in September. So this is the first drawing that she did. You can see how she took it a little step further. She created the shadow. She did some shading. And now we're all the way over here. She's done so many. So has he. And this was today's assignment. This was a cactus. So she took it a bit step further and she added the flower at the top. And then this is my son. He did a starfish today. And then the great thing is that you can take it further, right? You can take it further. And there are prompts too that have to do with the holidays. So there's a whole few pages that have to do with Halloween, Easter, Christmas, Yule, whatever you want to call it, and they can choose what they want. So they'll initial it. For instance, here's a picture of a microphone, and it's great because it helps to build confidence. If your child, hasn't really liked art and is struggling with writing and with that skill, it makes it accessible and they can feel proud of their drawing. So I really love that book. And that is that for art. It's very simple, very bare bones, nothing too fancy. And then the next thing is vocabulary. So my daughter's doing Word a Day by Evan Moore, grade 6. My son did this last year. And Elias is doing Worldly Wise level 7. I don't have it here. I think I have it upstairs because we're going to be doing it next as part of our read alouds. But she did this today as part of her independent work. And because he was on the computer, or no, he was upstairs doing his independent reading. He reads for 30 minutes. He sets the timer on his phone. He goes up to his couch, his reading chair, and he reads. And then because I was able to get to it, I did vocabulary with her, and then we did reading. So that's what we do at this point. He'll go upstairs, he'll read for 30 minutes, and then I'll have the time with M one-on-one to do what we need to do. So she's finishing All About Reading level 4, and she's progressed so much. I'm so proud of her. She's doing so great, and we just finished lesson 59. She read the story Pirate Food, and what we'll usually do is she'll read it once, and then the next day when we have a new lesson, she'll read that same story again, and I'll note it in the book. And then the fluency sheets will keep repeating the words and going over them every single day until she learns them. And once she gets no more than 2 wrong, then we'll move it to the done bin, which is a bin that we have, a clear bin for each of them where they can put their finished work. So it's been great. I'm so happy that she's at a place now where she's reading fluently. It's not perfect. It's still a work in progress, right? Just like all of us. And adding the vocabulary, I found, has always been a big game changer, because when they come across the vocabulary words in text, then it's familiar. There's a certain base. They remember hearing the word. They remember at least seeing it. So that's why I love vocabulary. Not just for dyslexia, but in general, for homeschooling in general. So this is what we do in the morning after breakfast. Then at this point, after we've done all of this, and this goes pretty fast. It goes pretty fast. But it's a nice warm up and edge into doing work. And then at that point, then we'll have lunch. We'll take out the dog. We'll get some sun for 20 minutes. I'll clean up the kitchen. And then we go upstairs and we do our couch reading time. So I'm going to be sharing another video in this mini series going over what we're doing this year next. So you can look out for that video. I'll share what we do, what things for Build Your Library we're doing currently up in the couch together in our very sunny living room. So you'll see that either tomorrow or sometime this week. So I hope your year is going great. I hope that everything is going smoothly. Let me know in the comments how everything's starting off. I would love to hear about it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.